Today's episode, our excuses aren't special. Decide which one you are. Let's get one thing straight right now. Your excuses, they aren't special. Mine aren't either. Everybody's tired. Everybody's got kids, debt, bills, responsibilities. But somehow, some people still rise. Some people still build. Some people still win. You want to know the difference? It's not luck. It's not timing. It's mindset.
The reality is that too many people confuse struggle with uniqueness, like their obstacles are a badge of honor. What separates winners is how they show up in spite of what they're going through. That's what we're breaking down today: how to stop letting your story hold you back and start using it as fuel.
We're not here to judge you. We're here to challenge you, to hold up the mirror and say, this version of you, the one that keeps settling, that's not who you were born to be. Let's go.
Okay, let's jump into this.
You ever hear somebody say, yeah, but my situation is different? Bro, everyone thinks that. But when you step into rooms full of winners, you'll meet single moms crushing six figures, ex-felons building empires, people with chronic illness, still showing up every day. Your pain doesn't make you special. Your progress does.
Right? I had a guy tell me once, "You don't get it, I grew up poor." And I said, "So did I. Now what?" Because what you come from doesn't get to define where you go unless you let it.
Exactly. It's not about downplaying struggle. It's about refusing to stay stuck in it. That's what growth looks like. You acknowledge the pain, but you don't make it your identity.
I remember I met a woman, recently divorced with two kids, barely scraping by. She didn't come to me asking for pity. She came to me looking for a plan. That is the winner's mindset.
Yes, a plan over a pity party. That's how you know someone's ready. They stop narrating the problem and start moving toward the solution.
You know what else? Winners surround themselves with other winners. You aren't going to level up in a room full of people that are happy to stay average.
That's why environment matters. Who's feeding your mindset, who's reinforcing your excuses, and who's challenging them.
The truth is, most people are addicted to validation, not transformation. But validation never changed anybody's life.
Oof, that's a bar. Validation feels good, but transformation gets you free.
Let's define it again. Circumstances, that's your external. Mindset, that's your internal. Winners operate from the inside out.
I coach people with full plates, kids, side hustles, full-time jobs, and yet they still show up. You know why? Because they understand success doesn't wait for ideal timing.
Exactly. I had a client who worked night shifts while raising kids and built a business on the side. No excuses, no complaints, just action.
And here's the thing, we all want peace, but we don't need peace to make progress. We need purpose.
Say that again. You don't need perfect conditions to get started. What you need is clarity and commitment.
And clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. Action creates momentum, waiting creates regret.
We keep saying that we are waiting for the right time, but most of the time we're just avoiding responsibility.
That's real. And guess what? Life's not going to slow down for your comfort zone.
So don't ask for easy, ask for strength. Don't pray for less problems, pray for more capacity.
That's what a mindset of growth sounds like. And that's what winners cultivate day in and day out.
Winners live by three principles: own everything, show up even when it's hard, decide daily who they want to become.
And I'd add one more: winners refuse to break promises to themselves.
Oof, that's it right there. The greatest form of self respect is following through on what you said you'd do.
I remember one guy I coached, he kept breaking his own word. I said, your future can't trust you yet, but today is a new contract.
That's powerful. And guess what? He honored that contract because he shifted from "I'll try" to "I will."
Trying is weak language. Decide, do, and adjust. That's the loop.
We've all heard that saying: how you do anything is how you do everything. And it's true. It becomes a part of who you are. Winners don't cut corners.
They don't negotiate with the standard. They raise it.
And they do it even when nobody's watching, especially in those moments since it's become a way of life.
Let me ask you right now, if your team mirrored your mindset, would you be proud of the culture you've built?
Wow. That's a real gut check question, but it's one every leader should be asking.
Look, you're either becoming more of who you were created to be, or you're becoming better at explaining why you're not.
Man, that's a direct hit. Break that down a little more for us.
It's time to decide. The word means to cut off. Cut off the old story, cut off the back doors, cut off the safety nets.
So build the version of you that your future self will thank you for.
Here are 3 questions to reflect on. What lie have I believed about my limits? What new identity am I willing to step into? What action do I take this week to prove it?
Because nothing changes until you change. And change is a decision, not a feeling.
Every day you choose, even when you don't choose, you're choosing.
So choose power, choose action, choose belief.
Decide which one you are. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be done making excuses. Decide which one you are, the person who rises or the person who reasons.
Tag us at Blueprint Mentorship. Share your decision, share your declaration. Don't just consume, commit.
We believe in you, but that belief only matters if it becomes your belief.
Mindset wins, excuses lose. The rest, that's up to you.
Until next time, keep building, keep leading, keep showing up.